and also due to the blessings of the Imam of the time, our nation managed to attain victory. The Iranian nation, Iran actually became a nuclear state. Later they said that they want to cooperate. In Geneva they said that they want to cooperate. We welcomed it. We said that you have tried to counter the Iranian nation. What was the result? So why don't you engage in interaction instead of confrontation? We told them that this is to their benefit. In fact, we tried to provide them with an opportunity in order to, in fact, correct their attitude. Everyone should know, you know well, that based on IAEA regulations, all the members, in case a member is in need of 20% fuel, all the members are obliged to help unconditionally. They can just receive the cost. The other members must provide the fuel. If the efforts are aimed at research, medical purposes, humanitarian purposes, all the members are obliged to cooperate. In order to give them an opportunity so as to correct their attitude and actually take steps in the correct path, we gave a letter to the IAEA and we said that for Tehran reactor, that is a research and medical reactor, we are in need of 20% fuel. Whoever wants to provide us with the fuel just can go ahead. The agency informed us that one country, later two countries are prepared to help. The United States and Russia. We said that's okay, we have to sit at the table and negotiate. When the negotiations started, they said that you have to return your enriched fuel. We said that this is not obligatory. The fuel belongs to ourselves, and based on the regulations, you have to give us the fuel and just receive the money. They insisted, and we said very well. For the 100th time, in order to show our goodwill and the resistance of the Iranian nation, that's okay. We can calculate the amount of fuel that must be given, the amount of fuel that must be received, and you can just do the enrichment. The fuel is here, and as soon as the 20% enrichment is completed, we can engage in the swap process. But they said no. First you should give us the fuel, we take away the fuel, and later we're gonna obtain the fuel for you. See what happened. We are the purchaser, and based on the IAEA regulations, they should provide us with that commodity unconditionally. It's a tradition in the world. If you want to order a commodity, you are the one that actually sets the condition. They acted in the opposite way here. It's the actually hegemonic nature. They insisted first you should give us the fuel, we're gonna take away the fuel, and later we're gonna provide you with the fuel. And they started to just go on with a cheap attitude. They said we want to take the fuel away and somehow hamper. They claimed that they want to hamper Iran from manufacturing a nuclear bomb. This is a literature that belongs to the era of bullying and the Bush era. Our response was quite clear. We told them that we do not trust you, and that is based on our historical experiences. They started engaging in propaganda ballyhoo. They issued a resolution at the agency, and Once again, they tarnished the prestige of the agency due to their expansionist policies. Based on IAEA regulations, they are obliged to provide us with the fuel. If they do not want to give us the fuel, they can just say they do not want to give the fuel. Why are you setting conditions? And why are you claiming that you want to hamper Iran from making an atomic bomb? And they even step beyond this. They thought that through the ballyhoo, propaganda ballyhoo by the media, they thought that they have weakened the Iranian nation and now they can impose their views. They stepped beyond this and they said that they're gonna give more chance to Iran in order to accept the imposed wishes of the Westerners. And they used a threatening tone, and they once again showed that they have no honesty. They proved that our lack of confidence towards them is true, and we have the right to lack trust in them. They said that they're gonna give us the opportunity. They set a deadline, and our response was quite clear. We told them that the Iranian nation will never give in to bullying remarks and illogical remarks and has no fear. We told them that the fuel for the reactor is aimed at medical purposes, and in fact it's gonna produce medicine for 800,000 people, and the fuel we received 25 years ago is running out. We don't have much time. We have to obtain the fuel. For this reason, we told them that we only have 2 or 3 months. If you just provide us with the fuel, that's okay. But if you don't provide us with the fuel, we are going to produce the fuel ourselves. Either give us the 20% fuel and just receive the money, or just give the fuel and receive 3.5% fuel instead. And that was a generous proposal by the Iranian side. But once again, they lost their chance. We are aware of what they think, and they just thought that the Iranian nation has been weakened. We told them if you don't give us the fuel, we're gonna produce the fuel. They did not believe, and they start acting in a joking manner. They made futile remarks, and they even did not care about the patients. They even played with the patients. The whole world should know this. You remember several months ago, a virus was mutated in the lab in order to sell medicine. This is their nature. This is the nature of those who want to eliminate faith and purity in human life. They did not give us the fuel, and we were forced to actually produce the fuel ourselves. I want to tell you today that the day before yesterday, the 20% fuel, the process for producing 20% fuel was started, and I want to tell you that due to the blessings of God, I want to proudly announce that the news by the head of the Atomic Energy Organization was that the first convoy of the 20% fuel was produced and provided for the scientists. Due to the blessings of God, this process will continue till fulfilling the demands, for meeting the demands of the country. I want to mention a couple of points. The first point is that as soon as the production process started, they said that Iran cannot produce the fuel. They started mocking at us, and they started repeating their old remarks that are of no value anymore. But when they realized that the process is a serious one, they started threatening us again.